Ryan, welcome to Heybridge Swifts. You came in from Brentwood. Just tell us a bit of the background that you've got in the footballing world.
Yeah, I've started off as a kid like everyone, at some of these pro clubs. I was at Chelsea when I was younger and stuff, and Colchester around the corner. Then I've started off with Averley. I was captain at Averley for a couple of years, moved them into the Ryman Prem. Enjoyed my time there. Moved on with the manager Rod Stringer to Braintree. Didn't really happen for me. And then I came back down to a local team near me, Brentwood Town, which is in the same league as Heybridge. But yeah, spent a couple of years at Brentwood. Didn't really enjoy my time immensely. But yeah, we didn't really do anything apart from mid-table stuff. Come over to Heybridge and yeah, from what I've seen, really enjoyed myself.
Was it a backlog of fixtures and weather-related problems that got Brentwood down last season?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't start too badly. The pitch is awful over there. Nothing like it is here. I mean, there was times at the end of the season we were playing 3 games a week, nigh on 4 weeks on the bounce. It don't matter who you are, you can't do that. It just takes it out of you too much.
Okay, and obviously having Ryman Premier experience with Averley is probably seen as something why the management have brought you in here. How was the club, how was Heybridge Swifts sold to you in terms of coming in here?
I knew of a couple of lads over here. Kaz, who I've come from Brentwood with, has played for Heybridge before himself. And I mean, every time I've come and played here, it seems to be a well-run club. I like the fact that you've got a couple of fans over here as well regularly. And like I said, from my experience in pre-season, it's just echoed that really, and yeah, really happy to be here.
And the fact that the club scored over 100 goals last season, just missed out on the playoffs, it really sends a message out that it's time to push on rather than look back, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Last season.
Obviously, Callie's been here for a few years now. Brilliant striker. Come up against him a few times myself, but I mean, it's never been a problem scoring goals. I think it's conceding the goal, so hopefully that's why I've been brought in maybe, to shore it up at the back a little bit.
Yeah, I was just going to touch on that. Where do you see your strengths on the pitch, and what do you think you can bring to the team?
Been predominantly playing right back, but towards the end of the season they stuck me in centre half for whatever reason. But yeah, I found it quite comfortable there as well. So yeah, anywhere really, right back, centre half, I'm happy to play just as long as I'm playing really.
Any strange or amusing experiences as a footballer over the years that suddenly spring to mind?
No, a couple of own goals. Got another one in training today, thank God. But,
don't do any on August the 10th.
I'll try not to bring any this season. But yeah, funny enough, I went to we played Averley last year. Went back to Averley for Brentwood, and they was being a previous player, they was very amused with scoring an own goal against them. So yeah.
And in terms of the training today, was that the biggest workout that you've had over the last couple of weeks because it's this close to the pre-season friendlies? Were you put through your paces more than you have been in the last couple of weeks, or did the heat play a part that you weren't going to be pushed too hard?
Yeah, I think it was a case of being a bit sensible today with the heat. We wasn't pushed as hard, but there was an element of fitness in there as well. Obviously, we had Mickey Cook, the Colchester guy, coming over today because Brian Swift was away. But yeah, I mean the heat's always going to play a factor. So it's just a bit of keep ball, and yeah, it did hurt when we done a bit of running. Yeah.
And the first match against a Football League side, Colchester United. How do you feel about taking on a Football League side, and what's the real opinion amongst everybody to be able to take on a Football League side, even though it's a friendly?
Yeah.
It still must be an honour to be able to host a Football League side.
Yeah, of course. I mean, presumably they come here every year because the pitch is decent. But yeah, I mean, the boys say, look, every year they bring a strong team. I just heard they've just signed Sanchez Watt from Arsenal as well, which is, great news for me. We're probably going to have to mark him, but yeah, no, it's, hopefully they'll get a few people over here watching the game. It's a nice experience as well, and obviously the first pre-season. Yeah, look forward to it. And
what would your message be to the supporters who are probably still secretly disappointed that and openly disappointed that the team didn't make the playoffs last season, but have got every belief that the team are going to go that one step further this season?
Yeah, well, I think you've just got to look at the Gaffer's obviously strengthened the team, brought say 3 or 4 players in, myself and a few others, and the majority of boys from last year have stayed obviously, so you can only be positive. I think it was only a couple of points off last year from the playoffs, so I'm pretty confident that we'll be there or thereabouts this year, definitely.
And just finally, is there any concern with this saga that's going on with Thurrock and the points deduction and their relegation, it's been mooted around all sorts of avenues that they could call in the sport of arbitration if they lose their FA appeal, and it's already been mooted that the fixtures could be delayed and the season could potentially be delayed till September. Is that scaremongering? Is that a serious threat, or does that play on players' minds of other clubs, do you think?
To be honest with you, I knew they was in a bit of trouble. That's the first I've heard about the season getting pushed back. You know, I think everyone's just eager to get started, whether they're in our league or they're not. I'd obviously prefer to start the season as it's currently planned, as opposed to pushing it back. You know, we'll enjoy pre-season to an extent, getting back into the swing of things. But you know, the longer it drags out, we just want to get the season started. So, yeah, if they're going to stay, brilliant. If they're not, get out soon.
And what are your thoughts about the cup draws? There's no home match.
Yeah, I see that, and I think we'd like to think that we'd be able to overcome the lower league teams in the first round, but I think we've got Malden in the next game, which would be a bit of a cracker. But yeah,
don't write off Barking or Bowers.
No, I'm not writing anyone
against
off.
Malden.
Not writing anyone off. I'll eat my words otherwise. But no, yeah, I mean, yeah, FA Cup. Everyone looks forward to those days. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ryan.
Cheers.